what's up, guys? Like every good story, this story begins with bondage, and what we're talking about specifically is the life cycle of a nation. Both the births and the deaths of a nation usually start and stop through bondage. So, historically, if you look at some of the examples of nations before us, and you might be able to draw parallel lines between some of these little rest stops within a nation's life cycle to where we're at now. Now, keep in mind that this is not set in stone. It's not that we don't bounce back and forth, but generally, if you look throughout history, it's pretty accurate. So it starts with bondage. The people are in bondage, and then they find faith. They have faith or spirituality in something, not necessarily a higher power or anything, but just a faith as a collective. From that point, you go to courage, and courage would be the rise and strength of that now unified group. And usually, it's all got to be unified, right? And then from that point of courage, it leads to liberty, which is, their moment of freedom. You can draw a parallel line to the winning of the Revolutionary War and the subsequent, 20 to 50 years of tweaking and tooling the Constitution and other laws and states' rights or whatever to best reflect the constituents of that state. Now, from all right, hey, what's up, Porsche? From the liberty, you get abundance, and that's as you've kind of beaten out the major kinks of the system. You now have the ability for the people to shine and to show their liberty and flex that muscle in new and interesting ways of, wow, really? God, that guy's an ass. Sorry. New and interesting ways that leads to, improvements in technology, new efficiencies in growing, and all kinds of fun stuff. I don't want to get into details of it, but just realize that the reason the abundance comes after the liberty is because the government is out of the way of the people, allowing them to do and make changes that best suits their expertise in what they're doing, either service or goods-wise. Now, from that, we go to, what's the next one? The next one is apathy. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. It's my favorite one. Complacency. Next to, comes after abundance. So through our abundance and through a system of more than you need, things on tap, available anytime, instant gratification, power on internet, Wi-Fi, Amazon Prime, Netflix, instant gratification in terms of abundance and goods, right? So from abundance, there we go, to complacency, and then from complacency to apathy. Now, this is something we can kind of see in other states where the government is kind of stepping in a large part in replacing things that the people would normally have done on their own or privately ran institutions and groups. An example would be cradle-to-grave healthcare, like in France, and more socialized elements there. That is a complacency / apathy kind of event that happens. Apathy in particular, though, is the moment when you really don't care anymore. You want your stuff and you enjoy your life, but you really don't care about others, and you really don't feel that it's your job to look out for them, and you don't feel that you need to have any personal personal expertise, or that you need to be exceptional in what you do or aim for the highest mark. You could, but this is a society in general kind of thing. So from apathy, then we go to dependence. So as people become more dependent on the government for doing things, that replace these common good items or the welfare that smaller private institutions used to do, we become dependent on things as it becomes more widespread. FDIC insurances, medical care, housing, food, things that we kind of have right now behind the scenes, but it's not known so much to everybody as an item to be worried about. When the government becomes your main source of dependence, right? Dependency, then you're right on your way to the last step, which takes us full circle, and you're right back into bondage. And then at that point, that's when you begin the cycle over again. Now, I think for most of you that are going to be watching this, I think we can easily point to how we have an abundant society. We've grown complacent. Most people are apathetic. And if you talk about dependency, we definitely see that we are not completely in the realm of dependency, but we can point to things like the way our government handles farmers, and the way we ration food, and how we pay off farms, and all that good stuff. The way that we give cell phones to homeless people and underprivileged individuals, food stamps, welfare, school lunches, so on and so forth. That's complacency. Well, complacency allowed those things to happen. But what led them to happen was our apathy, that we can't solve the problem ourselves. We think that it's too big for us. Your last your last video about trying to eat the elephant in small bites is the right one. And I'm trying not to use the term government, but I kind of have to for when I'm speaking in broad terms. But yeah, when we stop looking at a problem individually, and we start saying, well, this is a broader problem that needs a much larger force to provide a solution. That's when people think, well, I want the government to do it. I want the government to do this. I want the government to do that. But in reality, parents banding together can easily set up a fund or something and get sponsorship, easy sponsorship for the local school that their children go to, right? And that's something that can easily be done. I hate to say the PTA because I hate PTAs, but that could easily be done with just people being involved with people and talking and working together. But that desire to avoid human contact is a movement towards apathy. And then from the apathy, obviously, you lead to the dependence, which obviously we have a ton of people who are already dependent on the government, and that's growing every year, right? Take your 51% of people pay no income tax or federal income tax. Well, what is that? That's a form of dependency, right? They're dependent on the government to give back their money. And in fact, actually, in a lot of cases, for a lot of people, they're getting back way more money than they put in terms of just, I don't even want to talk about the tax code, it's so screwed up. And then from the dependency, obviously back to bondage, because now at that point, you are no longer really a citizen. You are basically a sheep or a farm animal that is an object for use instead of a citizen or a human being. A human being that can make their own decisions, because the government's co-opted so much of your personal responsibility and decision making that now you are basically owned. Yay motherland. Alright guys, so I think this is kind of a universal truth. I'm hoping I'm not walking over any videos that's already been made regarding this or discussing this or whatever. And I think that this might help when we talk about the revolutions that are going on. Either the progressive revolution of our society to liberal statism, or the belief in constitutional values and strong personal responsibility. Cool. Alright guys, take it easy.